I need to find out. That would be interesting. But that little village, has become very, very populated because you're working a lot in this area. If you see some guys like in some blue overalls, light blue, they are all working in this area. They're plotting areas to start to explore for oil. When we were looking at the sleeping giant in Hattieville, I saw a lot of them around that area. So I know they're all around here also. You're going to see the beautiful orange flowers as I look out through the windows. Those are flamboyant. Whenever we see them blooming like that, definitely the heat is on. Summer is here. Yeah, that is the time of the year they bloom. Flamboyant, right? My friends, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Did Denise tell you you're going to get a quiz to the end of your tour?
No.
She did?
No.
Oh, so I let all the puss out of the bag, like how we say in Creole. Let all the puss out of the bag. And it says in fine print at the bottom, if they pass their quiz, they go back on your ship. Oh, but I'm going to have fun with you if you stay in Belize, yeah? Your ship today is it's Sunshine, right?
Yes.
This is the second call in our country, Sunshine. So I'm more than honored working that ship today. The Sunshine. Your last tender?
5:15.
You better know your last tender.
5:15. Ship time.
Ship time. If you miss your tender, that ship time, ask for Amalia. I'll be more than honored having you home. What's for our supper?
Roll rat.
No, I'm gonna change it. We're gonna serve him flour tortillas. But along with stew beans, that is the red kidney beans or black beans, roasted tin beef, a lot of habaneros with cilantro, onions, yeah. That is what, Denise wants fried snappers. So that is what we usually have in the evening, right? Fish! Woo. Okay, to the right. Our brothers and sisters, the Amish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amish. Back here. Back here.
Yes, we do. Yep, we do.
Yeah, there was a horse. There was a horse. They're everywhere.
See how those watermelons look so good? We pay 10 cents. Your money per pound. So watermelon is very, very affordable, my friend. See how many watermelons? In that road that leads to the back, that is the area they live. When they arrived in Belize, also the Mennonites, they made special agreement with our British government. Never ever to join our social security, never to join our defense force, never to pay no type of taxes. But, they agreed that they would supply the entire country, like with poultry products, with vegetables, with furnitures, with homes. The Amish, I could tell you that they do have their culture intact. That is the one, that they don't want to intermingle. And they still live that primitive way, that lifestyle. But now the Mennonites, flipping that coin, it's becoming so different. What happened when they arrived? They asked for land that they would do their farming. And I could tell you they got some good plots of land Belize that they have been blessed. Today the Mennonites in the area known as Spanish Lookout, they have beautiful homes, well maintained streets, beautiful cars, because remember they're duty exempted, and today most of them are leaving their communities. Today the pastor of my church, Life Church that originates in Canada, my pastor is Pastor Corney, and he comes from the Mennonite community. We have ministers of government, right? And so everything is changing here. And again, this is where you find beautiful brown babies, blue eyes speaking German. Yeah. And imagine my pastor Angie. She's been a Mennonite. She took in a little baby, a Creole baby, right? She adopted that baby. So that is awesome, I could tell you. And so that community back there, I could tell you, beautiful area, beautiful communities. And the best thing I like from Spanish Lookout, ice cream. They make good ice cream. Their vegetables, very, very affordable, I could tell you, right? So as we move along, take a look at the children. You know, they're heading to school. As mentioned, all uniforms. They must wear uniforms. I like that one, because if they misbehave out there, they know us. And they come and tell us, you know, your kid was misbehaving. And I did enjoy that one, right? So we need to be well mannered, well behaved, especially your tour guides. Whenever myself and Denise will be walking home, we need to be very well mannered. If not, definitely they call into our supervisor and say, you know, I know them. So that uniform plays a big role, I could tell you. As we move over the speed bumps, we don't call them speed bumps, we call them sleeping policemen. Do we have any policemen on board today? So Denise, we could talk about that. No, my friends, yeah. Oh, we have one, Denise, at the back. We won't talk about that.
No donuts.
Yeah, interesting. From very young, they would start as being an officer here in their country. I could tell you they need to work very hard also. Do we have any firefighters? I'm proud of them also, because you see we have a lot of wooden homes, right? Woo! And I could tell you we're going to point out the biggest fire station in the city. We need to, in the entire country. Like in the rural areas, not even in the rural areas, only in the district towns, we would have about 1 or 2 fire engines. So that is interesting with fires, especially in the city. When it's hot, that is the time we have most fires, right? So they need to be very well equipped, very well trained. Yes, my friends. So we're leaving our brothers and sisters in Mennonites, and as mentioned, they have been blessed. The areas they live today, that is where they have discovered the oil in commercial quantities. So they have been blessed. Now we're going to try the Garifuna culture. Any one of you visited Roatan in Honduras? Roatan? None of you? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
You're going to meet our brothers and sisters, the Garifuna culture. And that is Denise culture. They arrived from St. Vincent and Dominica. And they came to the Bay Island of Honduras and southern Belize. And so when they arrived, the British restricted their stay only in the southern part of our country, because they were afraid of them intermingling with the other African slaves, you know, in the city of Belize. And why? At that time, they thought they were voodoo worshippers. When they would take out their drums and did, you know, their different rituals. Today we know that is their culture, that is their religion. When they would do their sacred ceremony known as the Dugu ceremony, and Denise could tell you all about that one, right? It's so beautiful. When they call on the spirit of their past ancestors. And so they do that in their language, different from the Creole language. Today, as you notice, they're great tour guides, excellent teachers. Oh, and by the way, Denise, she's soon going to leave you also. She's training to be a teacher. And I'm very well proud of my little sister Denise, right? Yeah? So pretty soon she's going to say goodbye. Yes. So apart from teachers, they're fishermen, farmers. But their food. And you know, by my size, you could say I love cooking, I love eating. Their food, delicious soup made of coconut milk. But it's the way they prepare their fish. You notice Denise said snappers, that is what they love. Fish, rock foods like cassava, cocoa, yams. Ooh. And she's a great cook also, because she have children that she needs to feed. So she needs to know how to cook, right? Yeah. And so, my friends, that was the Garifuna culture. Tomorrow you're going to meet them, you know. As you spot them, you know, playing the drum, you're going to know that is Denise brothers and sisters also. I could tell you what I love about them, their music. They make great music by the rhythm of those drums. We do have a famous song known as Watina that did made it on the European chart. It won a Peace Award, but as Andy Palacio won his award, he passed away. But we do have other famous musicians as Aurelio Martinez. And so, you know, you could, if you have the opportunity to listen to a Garifuna song, stop and listen to it. You know, it's so beautiful, done by the rhythm of their drums. And so that was the Garifuna culture, the only culture that have a day set aside for them in their country, known as the Garifuna Settlement Day. Every 19th November, they do have a reenactment, how they arrive in this beautiful country. You know, in little canoes, they brought in their food that they use, like coconuts, cassava, yams, you name it. So that is the day, great day for Denise, right? And her family. The Garifuna Settlement Day, 19th November, in this beautiful country. And apart from the Garifunas, the Mestizos. So it was in the year 1511 along the Yucatan coast. They had a shipwreck of Spanish soldiers, and the Mayans sacrificed most of them, leaving Gonzalo Guerrero and Jeronimo de Aguilar alive. And so when the conquistadors came back looking for them, the only one who chose to go back was Jeronimo. Gonzalo fell in love with Chief Nachantan's daughter and he married her. So Gonzalo lived just like the Mayans. You know, did all his tattoos, all his piercing, and he fought against his same people for the Mayas. And so today, that is Amalia's culture. The Mestiza culture, mixture of the Spanish and the Maya. The most sacred day for us, El Dia de los Muertos. Known to you as what?
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. And that is when we celebrate all the spirits of our past ancestors. Ooh, so I could tell you about my great-great-great-great-grandfather. Because I need to call their names, you know, when we pray for their dead souls. Now, my friends, this is a very important area we're passing. Between the government of Taiwan and Belize. This is where they would work a lot on our fruits, our plants in our country. So, you know, they would teach a lot of students, young students, about agriculture, all of that, livestock also, all in this area. This area is known as Central Farm. You have to forgive Amalia, this is not my area. I came from the northern part of this country. So I would visit, you know, passing through. So you're going to see a lot of different fruit trees, all of that. Oranges, especially oranges, my friends. A lot of orange juice, lemon juice. This year, we had a shortage of lemon. And in my culture, we do use a lot of lemon, right? To make that pepper sauce, we need that lemon, right? But we do heat up the pepper more, so it gets hotter. And that becomes interesting, right? Yes, the Day of the Dead. We would come out on the farmlands to do the rituals. 3 in the morning. And why 3, right? Because we believe that is when the earth becomes alive. That is when it awakens, right? And so we do the wrong altars with the different colors from the cardinal points. And we would blaze it with honey, rum, and fire. And then we would open the portals, and then we call on the spirits of our past ancestors. Sounds good?
Yeah.
And it gets better. When the whole jungle becomes alive, all the trees swaying, the black holler monkeys making that big noise. And I go like that, if they're going to take us, please take me with you. I don't want to travel alone in the next world. And he goes like, be still and enjoy the moment, right? It's fun, but it's spooky. And that is the reason why I don't like the caves. For us, the cave is the entrance to the underworld. The world Amalia will have to travel one of these days until I find my resting place in heaven. So I need to defeat all the lords of the underworld, right? But that is our culture, that is our religion, right? And so Amalia, I grew up being a Catholic. I had to, because of our culture. And it becomes more interesting when they teach us that behind each Catholic saint, the Mayas hid one of their gods. So when we open the portals, if you don't know the Mayan names, you use a Catholic saint name. All oranges, my friends, Valencia oranges, sweet orange. And we do ship out the oranges in the concentrate form to the Minute Maid factories in the United States. Lemon extract also, and grapefruit also. So it becomes interesting. You could get a sack that's about 100 orange for about $2.50 your money.
Wow.
That is what we pay. Bananas, 20 bananas, we're gonna pay $1 your money. Sounds good?
Yeah.
We do ship bananas labeled 5 to the UK. So, you know, those are very, very interesting. As we move along, you notice we don't have a lot of industries, right? We don't have a lot of factories in this country. So what we do, our agriculture, which is sugar, we do export sugar only in the raw form, and that will be also to the UK. As mentioned, orange, all the extract, what is grapefruit, lemon, tamarind. I don't know if you know a fruit known as tamarind. We're also been, you know, exporting that extract. Apart from that, our fishing industry, we do export the lobsters, as Denise mentioned, to the Red Lobster restaurants in the United States, Olive Garden, shrimps, Long John Silver. And then we have the last one, tourism. When tourism started, we had like one ship per annum. Then it became every 6 months, every 3 months, every month, every week. And now at least we have 2 calls per week, right? Because this is